You can't cook the complicated recipes in this book without knowing the foundations first. I already cooked dashi, so I'm going to slowly work my way through this list. Clarified butter was done in the pancake video, so we're doing sweet garlic puree next. I'm going to half the original recipe and start with 1.5 heads of garlic. Somebody pointed out to me that these heads are larger than normal. Makes sense because I did have trouble chopping off the base, so I'm trying to remove every garlic piece and peel each piece as well. If you have trouble cutting off the base on these weird shaped pieces of garlic, just do your best to rip it apart. I used a spoon, and this seemed to work okay. And now that the garlic is in a smaller piece, you can chop the base off a little bit easier. Even with the sharp knife, I was having trouble getting through. There are a lot of garlic cloves. There was a technique that I saw online where you can put the garlic cloves into a container, shake it like crazy, and a few seconds later, the cloves will magically peel themselves. And if this does work, it's going to save me a lot of time. I'm shaking and shaking. I'm probably shaking for a minute. I sped up the video. And I looked and none of the garlic pieces were peeled. I reread the internet, and turns out you're supposed to use a mason jar. So I'm putting everything into a mason jar, and let's hope it works this time. Because if it does work, it will prevent me from having to peel each individual garlic clove. I shake really hard, and 30 seconds later, it looks like the cloves are peeling, so that's great. So just keep shaking, and they will all eventually be peeled. If you want to go the traditional route, you can always cut off the end of the garlic clove and smash it, and peel it this way. Or you can do it in a group. It's your recipe now, so you can do whatever you want. Once all the garlic cloves are peeled, place it into a pan of cold water. You want to turn the heat on with the garlic in the water and let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to strain it and rinse it with cold water and repeat the process 2 more times. It's a pretty easy recipe, but it is fussy. This is a great technique for getting the maximum sweetness out of the garlic cloves. When you're boiling it, you get rid of that acrid flavor and it gets rid of the sharpness, leaving only pure sweet garlic goodness. Roasted garlic, of course, also brings out sweetness, but it's also a little stronger. When it's a little bit more mild like this, it combines very well with complicated dishes. I am now finally on my 3rd boil. Just going to rinse the garlic cloves and prep the blender. Once the garlic is in the blender, add about 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil. This is to help it combine. I'm going to blend this at medium speed and just puree it as best as I can. If it looks chunky and is not combining, just add a little bit more olive oil and just keep blending until it's nice and smooth. When it's done pureeing, place into a mason jar and it's good for up to a week. This is really good. It has the same texture as parsnip puree and it's super sweet. So I'm gonna enjoy using this in the Statebird dishes and just using it in my normal cooking too. As usual, thank you so much for watching. The next foundation I'll be cooking will be the garum. If you're wondering what garum is, you will find out in the next video. Again, thanks for watching.